the fact that maybe, even if we're trying to find the culprit of who killed Junko and Oshima, and maybe there were some other attempted murders going on, it's kind of hard to say. The poison could be someone else ruining everyone's life.
And ruining my locker.
Wow. One moment. If you might have something to say, you're gonna have to yell it, and I'll call in one person. I'll be keeping an eye on the audience. Or you can just raise your hand if I see you on time. Did you have an objection?
Yeah, Nagi said that the poison could have weakened her, but the poison is fast acting. So
but
wouldn't it have killed
people
her?
are saying that it's like the poison could have not been enough. So, I mean,
And she's still struggling.
Maybe what happened is that when they were struggling, the poison fell on the floor and it wasn't enough. So the culprit smashed her against the locker and knocked her unconscious and drowned her in a wet towel and then
Are there any
speculated.
are there any traces of like the poison like on her body?
There was no trace of the poison on your body.
But didn't the pool wash it off?
The pool would have washed it off.
Was there any in her system?
Anyone to drink the pool
Was
water.
there any what?
In her system.
We didn't check. It didn't seem like there was.
Right.
The only thing we could note was one force trauma. Well, there was one force trauma, and there was no sign of water in her lungs, so I think he ruled out drowning. Does anyone else have anything to say, maybe?
Maybe she wasn't poisoned, maybe they just didn't give her the poison. And the blunt force trauma or the poison is just supposed to lead you away, and the blunt force trauma is the actual cause of death, and the drowning is also misleading as well.
Maybe.
They don't want to be caught.
They might have thrown the body in the pool to wipe off some other evidence.
It's true.
It could be.
Asahina is very connected to a pool. Might I remind you?
she would have put something dead in it then, wouldn't
Yeah.
she? I want to
swear.
witness that. You really want to frame
only do so much.
I think we have an objection in the audience.
Who said that it was Junko with the poison? It could have been that she caught the person trying to poison the locker and then tried to frame Asahina by putting her body in the pool.
Maybe.
I think that's correct. Thank you.
Well, that would make sense, and it would also be like convenient, or because of where the body was at. But I guess just not how you look at it. Or maybe it was just luck that.
Could it be that maybe she was driven unconscious by being banged hardcore on that locker? And then after they realized that she was still alive, they could have taken her unconscious body and drowned her.
We were just told there was no water in the water. So therefore,
Can you go catch your buddy or something?
Well, let's go over some things once more. There were nails that was one found in the boys' locker room. There was more found in the pool entrance. In the girls' locker room, there was a locker that was banged with Junko's ID in it. There was also a trail of powder leading outside the pool entrance door to the nurse's office. So Keely Gilly said it could have been vice versa. I'm sorry, Ishimara Kiyotaka. No wait, Ishimara Mondo. Where am I? Yes.
I have an objection to what Yamada said.
Yes.
He claimed that the culprit could have repeatedly hit her and hit Enoshima against the locker room door. And when they found she was unconscious, they would have drowned her. But as you stated, there was no water found in her lungs.
No
so
water
that could
found
not
in
be
her
right.
lungs. So, with that being said, we could presume that she was dead before she hit the pool.
Yes.
So? Yes.
Well, you also mentioned the letter given to Junko and Nishina, right?
Yes, there was a letter left to her.
What was the handwriting like? You said it was. We already went over this. No, I'm not done. I'm not done. May I use this whiteboard?
Of course.
Asahina, would you please write your name in your own handwriting?
I don't know if this is necessary. That's just another.
It's very necessary.
It's just another way. She's the culprit. Wouldn't she not write her name? Like,
No,
would she usually write
we are
her name?
comparing handwriting here. looks kind of like a bar.
It's not really straight like they say before. It doesn't really look straight and narrow. Like, I don't remember who described it, but it doesn't really look very neat.
Let's have someone else write.
A culprit
How about
would
you?
change their handwriting, but now you should.
Yeah.
You write it, Yoshimaru.
I don't even write.
Actually, we're not.
I know how to write. Thank you.
Don't get nervous.
Let's figure something out.
Why are there two of you? You! I have many.
Is there any way to keep the opposite gender out of the
It's all very
opposite
straight to you,
genders?
does it?
Be quiet! Students, please keep it down. A student body wants...
Thank you, you're beautiful.
What was the question?
Is there anything keeping the opposite gender from going into the opposite gender's changing room?
Well, there was a big machine gun. Yes, Nami.
You said that the Junko's ID card was found in the locker. Doesn't that mean if the culprit was a boy, he would have the ID card and he could plant evidence other places too? Because you said if they have the ID card, they can go in the locker room, right? Or if they're accompanied by a female student?
I believe the rule is, if a student is dead and they have the ID card, they're allowed to use the ID card to get into the room. If the student is with them, I suppose it'll be the same way, right, Monokuma?
So either she was dead and the culprit used her ID card, or she went in there herself.
That's very plausible. That makes sense. I guess Juku would have to be there in some way, shape, or form, whether that died dead or alive. Yes.
Is there any way you can track who goes in and out of each room?
Well, there's a camera, but we're not allowed to see. All I know is Togami and a few other people outside of their rooms. You guys know who are in their rooms. Yes.
Wouldn't there be defensive wounds if there was a struggle?
Defensive rules?
Yeah, like,
No.
no?
If there was a struggle, we can't do anything.
Defensive wounds.
Wound! I thought you said struggle. Defensive wounds. Well, her fingers were kind of fractured. There was like evidence of her nails being torn off.
Right, there were the scratches on the door and stuff.
Kind of fractured. Just a little.
You know, little tiny.
That's why her nails are off.
Yes. Oh, there was one piece of evidence I forgot to state. On the door, there were actually scratches on the door, and a broom that was found sitting propped up against one of the walls. On the inside.
So then someone propped the door open so they could get in and out without having to have a card.
Well, maybe. Well, it wasn't the girls' locker room door that was like propped open. The door was just found propped up in a. I'm sorry. The broom was found propped up in a corner. Propped up into a bag. Yes, go ahead now.
So you mentioned something earlier about a broken picture frame.
Yes, it's right here. It's a terrible picture, but luckily it was broken. Oh, there it is.
And where was that found?
It was found right next to the door. Actually, along with some powder.
Why would someone break a picture frame?
I'm not sure.
Horrible
Well,
picture.
besides that,
Really kind of making me uncomfortable.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Did Juko see the scratching with her fingernails?
Is there any maybe they
Blood
scratched on the fingernails?
There wasn't any blood on the well, there was some blood on her fingers from where I guess her
But do you
nails
know
were
if she
torn.
scratched anyone?
I don't think so. Does anyone have any?
Everyone take off your clothes!
go in the air.
I
See
see
his arms.
I believe it'd be prudent for everyone to take their clothes off.
And no scratching, but what if they scratched? If she was scratching at the doors, then fingernail polish that she wore would have been damaged, wouldn't it?
I suppose it would have.
Well, since I wear fake nails myself, of course not in red, it's not my color, thank goodness. But I could see that her fingernails would be damaged from scratching at the door. Maybe they could have broken off that one.
Possibly. But there was also one nail found in the boys' locker room. Yes.
Were they broken off or were they like forcefully ripped out?
It looked like they were forcibly whipped out. Some of the nails were broken, others were whipped
Like
out.
gang violence.
I guess. Yes.
The nail that was found.
I wouldn't hurt like
Where was it located? Near the door, near the other entrance, or like in the middle?